Black women need to date more like white women.
Okay, so she said black women need to date more like white women. And honestly, she's not fully wrong, but she's also definitely not right. And that part she gets wrong is going to keep women stuck in the same exact pattern she's trying to save them from now.
For example, if you watch Laguna Beach or any of those MTV shows growing up, a lot of those girls will go from man to man to man to man. And, we listening to men in our community telling us that, oh, don't be like that. Be a good girl. Don't be a hoe. Be a good girl. And that's setting you up for struggle love.
All right, let's give credit where credit is due. Her core idea that women should date with more detachment, set faster timelines, and stop holding out of loyalty that can convert into potential, that is psychologically sound. There's actual research on this. Women who date multiple people simultaneously before committing report higher levels of relationship satisfaction, fewer regrets, and a stronger sense of their own standards. Why? Because comparison calibrates your judgment. And remember, dating multiple people does not mean sleeping with multiple people. You can't know what you want if you only ever had one option on the table.
Down, no matter what goes on, no matter how bad you're being treated, just be a good girl and stick it through. Not white women. Growing up, I've had white friends. If you go look at their Facebook right now, my college buddies, they on their second or third marriage. Second or third marriage, y'all. And the crazy thing is, I've been engaged twice. And when I tell girls in my race that I was engaged twice, they're like, what? Why? Why didn't you marry somebody? Why? When you tell other races that you was engaged twice, they be like, okay, well, I've been engaged like 3 times, 4 times, whatever it takes to find the right one.
This is where her logic breaks down. She's using engagement, like a ring engagement, as the metric, whether that be a second marriage, a third marriage, or being engaged 4 times. The problem with that a ring is not the goal. It should be about the relationship, and that's kind of where she falls into that trap. Because if you're optimizing for engagement, you're going to keep attracting men who are really good at proposing. The problem is that's a different skill set than being with someone that's a good partner. And here's the thing nobody wants to say out loud. The healing journey that she's clowning on, it exists for a reason. Attachment theory, which is one of the most replicated bodies of research in psychology, tells us that when you skip processing and jump straight to the next person, you don't arrive healed. You arrive primed to repeat the same anxious attachment, the same triggers, and the same patterns, just in a new relationship. White women aren't immune to this. They just don't talk about it as much or as publicly. But here's the idea I think she's trying to get at, and I think she felt it. She just didn't know or have the language for it. The problem isn't searching for a healing journey. The problem is the sunken cost fallacy, and as it applies to relationships. Staying with someone for 7 years because you're already given 7 years, that doesn't equate to loyalty. That's what we call a cognitive bias. And economists call it the sunken cost fallacy. You're not staying because things are good. You're staying because leaving feels like saying admitting you're wrong or feeling like a loss. And that's a problem. Staying too long before healing is never what needs to happen. So, what does healing actually look like? Does it mean dating multiple people? Sure. Setting a timeline in your head? Yes. Knowing your non negotiables before you start? Also, yes. But also, do a quick emotional inventory between relationships. Because your healing error shouldn't be like 2 years. Just ask yourself, did I learn something? Did I identify a pattern? What do I want differently next time? This could take one day, it could take 3 weeks, it could take 3 years. The issue was never that women are healing too much. The issue is that we romanticize suffering and call it healing. She's trying to tell women to value themselves more, and I'm here for it. But the problem is the delivery. Comparing another race as the benchmark, that's given insecure. You don't need to be like anyone else. You just need to understand your own patterns well enough to break them. And that's it. That's the whole thing.
Bro, am I the only one that feel like I'm ready for my person? Like I'm ready to pour into a motherfucker. Like I'm ready for that long lasting shit. I'm ready for marriage. I'm ready for kids and all that shit. But I just can't do this dating shit no more. So I don't think it's gonna happen for me. Like this shit is so repetitive and tedious. Like, what's your favorite color? Oh, what do you like to do? Oh, what do you do for work? Oh, your family. It's so tedious. I don't have the energy to keep going through this with different fucking people every time.
Bro said he's ready for marriage. He's ready to pour into the love of his life, his person. He's ready for kids, but he's done with dating. I need you to sit with that, let that marinate, how contradictory that actually is. Because what he just described is not what a man who's ready. That's a man who wants reward without the process. And that's one of the most common and honestly the most problematic patterns in modern dating.
And I feel like it's worse for men because we got to do courting. Like everybody we meet, we got to take them out on dates and spend money to see if we like them. Then if we don't like them, we just got to keep spending money on different dates and doing different shit with different motherfuckers till we find somebody we like. My ass don't leave the house. I go to the gym. I go to the grocery store. I'm back in the crib. I'm a fucking hermit. So I feel like I'm just grocery store. I'm back in the
And
crib.
I get what this brother is saying. I get it. I genuinely do. Dating fatigue is real. You get tired of the small talk, the first date performance, spending money on people you're not even sure you like. That is genuinely exhausting. And there's research showing that paradox of choice, which is having too many options, actually lowers relationship satisfaction and increase anxiety. So the frustration he's feeling, 100% valid. The dating market right now is genuinely cooked, and I'm not here to dismiss that.
Then I feel like when I meet my person, I hope I don't fumble because I'm so tired of dating. I put less and less energy into it. So I hope when I do meet her and when she do come along that I got the energy for it. Because right now how the dating scene is, it just took all my fucking energy. I'm fucking done with this shit. And then it don't help. I'm the type of person, if I know I like you, if I know I could be with you, I be trying to just skip the dating phase and I just be going. I want to go straight to delusion. I want to go straight to going to the crib, motherfucker, we chilling. You come to my crib, we chilling. We watch it. Well, we in a fucking relationship at this point. All this good morning and how are you? Well, let's set up a million dates before. No, I don't be wanting to do this shit. Is that just me? Am I tripping?
Yes, you're tripping. And I want to quote him. I think he said, I want to skip the dating phase and go straight to chilling at the crib, watching movies, already in a relationship. Bro, that's not being ready for love. I think that's like wanting intimacy without earning the trust. And those are two completely different things. The dating phase isn't a formality you endure before you get to the good part. It is the good part. It's the part where you find out if this person is actually compatible with you and kind of person who you think you are.
Can someone be pro-black and date interracially? I really want to hear like everybody's thoughts on that. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I've had experiences with every kind of man. I've never had a boyfriend before, but I've had situationships with white men and black men.
She's asking an interesting question that makes a lot of people uncomfortable. Can you be pro black and date interracially? And not the knee jerk reaction to say love is love dodge or that you're being a sellout deflection. The actual psychological honesty and answer, because both sides of the debate are arguing past the real issue and nobody's naming what's actually going on.
I would love for my husband to have the same lived shared experiences as me. So ideally, I really want to marry a black man. But at the same time, I'm down to marry somebody who treats me the best, who loves me the best, who cherishes me the most. So in whatever format that is, I think I'm not going to deny my lifelong partner because he's not.
First, I want to respect how she framed this. She said her ideal partner is a black man, someone who has shared lived experiences. And she also shared she won't reject a person just based on looks. That's not contradictory. That's actually, she's demonstrating maturity. She's holding a preference and openness at the same time. Most people can't do that. Most people either weaponize their preference or abandon it entirely to seem unbothered. And she's doing neither.
But what are your thoughts on that? Because I really do understand where people are coming from when they're like, no, you're not pro black because your partner is not a black person. does that invalidate someone's pro-blackness? Like, I really want to hear people's perspectives, because either way, I do understand where people come from. How can you preach that you're pro-black, but then the person that you're living the rest of your life with isn't even black?
So, to answer her question, can you be pro black and date interracially? Absolutely. Your commitment to your community lives in your actions, your values, your voice, and how you raise your children, not in your spouse's race. But what you cannot do, you cannot use interracial dating as an escape or as an attack against your own race. You can't date outside of your race because you're running away from your own culture. The goal is to know yourself well enough that whoever you choose, black or otherwise, it comes from a place of genuine love and wholeness. All three of these videos, the woman who said they like a white woman, the man who's done with dating but wants a wife, and this one, they're all circling the same thing. People trying to figure out how to love without getting wrecked. And that's the whole channel. That's the win condition. Every video on here is about understanding the psychology underneath the behavior, yours and theirs, so you can stop repeating the same patterns and start making choices that actually serve you. If this resonates, subscribe. Not because the algorithm needs it, but because you can clearly care about getting this stuff right. Drop your actual take in the comments. Do you think pro-black and interracial dating can coexist? I read everything. And if you know someone going through this exact conversation, send them this video. This is how win condition grows, one conversation at a time.